Hello dear all, this is Joanna, and in this film I want to explain what kind of series of videos you've got here. It's very unusual and it's new, so I want to explain in the small part at the beginning of the video concerning the nakshatras. Now, if you already heard that, if you already seen it, just click in the description. There is a link, and it will take you directly to the video about the current energy of nakshatra and the other correspondences. All right, let's explain. So here I'm starting the series of videos where I will be checking, I will be seeing what is the energy in the universe for all of us. But the first, the main channel, let's say, will be going through, it will be nakshatras. Now, nakshatras are the constellations. It's taken from, so stars, basically, group of stars. It's taken from the Vedic astrology. It's something like a zodiac. You've got 12 zodiac signs, and usually everybody knows just the sun sign, of course, but we all are the mixture of different signs, in fact, because different planets in our birth horoscope are in different positions, right? And it has to be said a little more. That's not only that. People usually focus on just numerology or astrology, tropical astrology or tarot. And I just want to come from nakshatras, which is Vedic astrology, which is something like a zodiac sign. It's another kind of archetype, and there are 27 of them. And through that, I want to see everything that's corresponding, all the other archetypes and other signs and other energies that are attached to it, right? Because we are not only a mixture of zodiac signs, we are a mixture of all the old knowledge, the ancient knowledge uses lots of tools. So it can be interesting for you, I thought, to see, all right, so here is this nakshatra at this point of time. Let's say between, there are 2 weeks, okay? In 2 weeks' time, we've got the energy of a certain nakshatra, all right? But behind that, you've got also still a zodiac sign. I will tell you what it is. And behind that, you've got also a kind of, some kind of element, all right? It can be fire or air. And behind that, you've got also some kind of archetype. And it can be, in Greek mythology, it can be that. And in Slavic mythology, it can be something different, in Nordic, and so on and so on. But behind that, you've got also some other parts of nature. There are some totem animals, right? And it's like, you know, it's like a kind of road. You go, I chose to go through nakshatras because they are the least known. So you go through nakshatra, I will tell you about, and then you've got the Vedic god, and then we'll discover other stuff. Here you will have the picture. That's a circle, and you can see in the picture what's corresponding what. All right, that's my analysis. In ancient knowledge, you know, it's not really fixed. Even the element, when you've got fire, it can correspond, for example, to the I don't know, for example, Archer or and the Saggitarius, right? But also the other sign, or it can correspond to something else in Chinese mythology, all right? For example, the tiger. So it's a kind of mixture. There are correspondences, but also it's very fluid. So that's even more interesting. Anyway, what we will do here, when you watch the video every 2 weeks, let's say, you will see what is the energy for you. I will tell you what is the nakshatra, what it is, what Vedic god, what's the sign, what's the correspondences, all this, also about temperaments and so on, even Slavic mythology, because I want people to know it and I want people to join the dots. It's not like everything's separate. No, everything is together. You just need to find your way in it and use it for you. And every 2 weeks, more or less, we will have the video. I will use cards, meditation cards. I will use tarot, but I will use my cards that I made, and I will change. Sometimes it will be a tarot with archetypes, sometimes with some Vedic goddesses, sometimes with some other goddesses, sometimes it will be about nature. Right, so I hope it will be interesting, and we'll see. There is the general nakshatra and correspondences energy, but also we'll see in the cards what's in. What are the, let's say, what should we do those 2 weeks? What is it good to do? What's not good to do? All right, maybe we have some advice and so on. Right? And I will not really specify that it's for somebody this and that. No, 2 weeks. For those 2 weeks, I will say what's the period, what this period is good for, because we've got this nakshatra. But I will also give you the link where I will tell you, go check what is your Vedic astrology set, right? What is it? So maybe you've got that nakshatra in your horoscope, in your spread. That would mean that even if this will touch you even more in this period, you will be more touched with that energy, right? So it would be good for you if you checked it. Okay. Yes, and I guess that's it. Oh yeah, and I wanted to tell you that the dates, you know, there is no time. The dates I'm using, let's say, for example, for nakshatra, or I don't know, hasta, it will be between 25th of August to 10th of September. It's quite arbitrary. You will not find those dates. You know, it's like when you go to Vedic astrology, you've got only degrees, right? It's all based on moon. But you know, when people do the tarot readings and they say, okay, this is for I don't know, Pisces, and this is for September, all right? But September, and usually they do it at the 1st to 31st, all right? No, 30th September. Yeah, but you know, normally the Pisces or any other sign is from the it's from mid month to the mid month. So all of this is arbitrary. You know what kind of dates you use. I just decided like that I can do it every 2 weeks, and the dates I'm giving you, I'm not a Vedic astrologer. They are based in my own analysis, and they are more or less arbitrary. They are based on zodiac, tropical zodiac. Still, I think it's interesting, because I'm not going to check degrees. Maybe I'm going to do it, but I think it will be complicating too much for you. So I guess I'm just going to give you dates. Not everybody has to be a expert in Vedic astrology, and that's not what I want. All I want is to focus on archetypes. Archetypes are the most ancient and they are basic. Okay, that's it, because it's really long and I have to attach it to every video. Okay, bye-bye. Hi there, this is Joanna, JC Lady from the channel JC Lady Alternative Education, and this is your not really reading, because this is the intro for the nakshatra Purva Ashada for the period from 25th of November 2020 to 10th of December 2020. All right. So if you don't know me, I'm, as I said, Joanna, JC Lady, and what am I doing? I've got a project, JC Lady Alternative Education, and it's all about the metamorphosis in different areas of your life. I'm a writer. I'm writing books. There is a huge series of books, K&K, Creative and Clear, and I do workshops. I'm just starting doing the workshop online. They are called actually Creative Therapeutic Circles, KTK. But now with COVID, it's hard to do it in reality, so I just started doing it online, and it's in a process. It's not working yet. I'm also offering consultations, and I'm doing videos. It's not only about tarot, it's about my books and different topics. All right. So, and if you want to know more, there is a website, jcalternativeedu.com, or in Polish, if you speak Polish, it's joannacholudge.pl. For French speaking people, the jcalternativeedu.com is also in French, so it's English-French. And the other website is in Polish. And everything is written here in the description box, so please go there and check it carefully. So, Purva Ashada. Purva Ashada, you've got the, for this nakshatra, so let's simplify all and say that for this kind of zodiac sign of Vedic astrology, there are 27 of nakshatras, like there are 12 of zodiac signs in tropical zodiac, in tropical astrology. So Purva Ashada is the kind of zodiac sign that has a symbol of an elephant head with the trunk. Elephant, what is about elephant? Elephant is slow and strong and big, the biggest animal, land animal, right? Like the whale is the biggest animal ever, everywhere. Okay, and but we can also say that this animal is it's delicate. I would say it's can be nice. It's strong, so it's dangerous because it's big, but it's not dangerous because it's got those big teeth or anything. It's vegetarian, right? It will not really bother you unless you want to hurt him. Okay, it's like other big animals, like I don't know, like giraffe, for example. All right, they are gentle, and elephant is like that. And here in this Purva Ashada, we say that this is the female strong energy, the real passive and female energy that is in his strength. And sometimes you can say that the archetype for that in tarot, it's this Empress, Emperatrice, Empress, and we've got it in the lecture. It appeared, all right? So it's very apropos. Now, the patron for Purva Ashada is Appa or Appas. It's the goddess. Now, let's go back a little. Purva Ashada, it's a part of a couple nakshatras, because some nakshatras, there are a few of them, come in couples. So one will be called Purva something, and the other will be called Uttara something. Now, it's in Sanskrit, and Sanskrit is a brother of Slavic languages, which you may not know, but I tell you, it's like that. And Indian people and Slavic people, we see it easily. it's very I mean, in structure and words, it's very similar to Polish, to my language. But in words, I think most words very, very similar are in Lithuanian, which is a little strange because Lithuanian is called an Baltic language. Except that Baltic languages are a mixture. It's the bases are really Slavic. All right. Anyway, it's not the topic here. I just wanted to say that Purva, it's like pierwszy. Pv, it's the root. Pierwszy, it means first. Okay, the one that comes first. And Purva is the same. So it's the first part of this nakshatra, and the second part, it's Uttara, Utro. It's like next one, right? We've got the name Utro, which is the afterwards, tomorrow, next one. So Purva Ashada is the first part of this nakshatra. I mean, it's a nakshatra that it's the first part of this couple, and it talks about female strength and about waiting, persistence, about being patient, careful. All right. Now, I will tell you the story about this goddess Appas. The story comes from Vedas, and it's very apropos here. It's important. So there was Vritra, the demon, who fell in love with goddess Appas, and the goddess Appas is a goddess of rain, of everything that comes from rain and clouds, everything, all the water that comes or that is in air, that comes from heavens to the ground, all right? So that's Appas. And it's also connected to Slavic languages because we've got opad, opadać, padać, pa, okay? So it's something that goes down. And, okay. And so Vritra fell in love. She didn't want him, but he wanted her. So he how do you say that? He didn't really rape her or anything. That's not the story. But he imprisoned her, and he caught her. He was catching her in some in his how to say, embrace, you can say, and he didn't let her go. So she was in a kind of prison. And what happened that she didn't, the water didn't fall, it didn't come down, and it was taken in this embrace of Vritra and in Appas inside her. But it didn't rain, so people didn't like that. It was like a desert, you know. The world was becoming really dry, and gods also didn't like that. And Indra was furious, and he went to Varuna, who was at the time the highest god. But Varuna said, "Well, what do you want to do? Appas is the strong female. She will take care of. I will not do anything." He didn't say anything more, in fact, there, but he meant that this is the strong female. She will take care of herself. Just let's be patient, because she's patient, all right? After all, it's like water. It goes down and down, like one drop goes down, down, down. And even that one drop, with time, it will make the hole in the stone, right? So that's Appas. And Varuna, who is really wiser than Indra, knew that. But Indra was not really patient. It's not that kind of male part, okay, that kind of male archetype. And he wanted to free Appas. So he took his lightning, and with the lightning ball, he
touched Virtra let Appas go, and and then the rain fell down and she was free. And you can explain it in two ways. First of all, it was with time, right? So Appas, she would be free after a long time. She would free herself because the water would be too much of water and it would just let go, right? So she would be strong with time. But on the other hand, the other way of strong females to work is to, it's taking so much time, and they are patient and preserving their energy and really calm, that it makes other male work, right? When the female energy is calm and self-contained, she knows that she can free herself alone, right? And she can take care of herself alone. But she knows also that a male archetype can free her, because it gets attracted to her when she's like that, calm and patient, right? So she would free herself anyway. Indra was just provoked by her patience, right? And he was attracted to her passivity, you can say, but positive passivity, right? Positive, being positive female, waiting to rescue her, right? Anyway, so we can say that Indra was fine in his masculinity, and Varuna was fine too, because Varuna knew what is the wise female, and Indra actually could work with the female, which is patient. Okay, so that's a very nice story, and we've got all the story here in this period. This is really to think about, because all this is teaching us like what is the female. Female is not really weak. It's not. Never. The females have the cooperation possibility, and they teach you to be patient. Like, for example, because first Purva Ashada is connected to Sagittarius in tropical zodiac, and before it comes Mula. So Mula is this, I would say, it was Kali, Durga, Niriti goddesses, right? Because it's the element, I would say it's a young element in a female. When you need to say the truth, you do it, and you provoke it, and you defend yourself. That's what you do with Kali and Durga when it's really too tough, all right? But then it shows you in Sagittarius sign that after Mula comes Purva Ashada, which is the other aspect of female, which is a yin aspect, right? The normal, what is the most in female, what should be in women, that it's a passive. It's cooperating. It's like small drops of water that comes together. They are different. Some are more frozen, some are less frozen, right? So like women are different, or even people, because female are able to cooperate with different people. And after that, you just, you get force and you get strength like that. Okay, so that's Purva Ashada. And okay, so I already said, first we've got Mula, we had in the first part of Sagittarius, then we've got Purva Ashada with goddess Appas, and it's also Sagittarius. So it's corresponds to goddesses. I don't have really here Appas, because those goddesses are Hindu rather than Vedic, but I will show you others. Appas can be, because she's preserving, she's calm, you can compare her to Vishnu simply, because Vishnu is the center of balance, right? You've got Brahma that creates, Shiva that destroys, and in the middle is the one that maintains everything and preserves. That's Vishnu, the highest god, the center of cosmos, right? The one that it's the center, like the This is like Światowid in Slavic mythology, or like, I don't know, it's like the Christ. You could also say that it's the center, okay? The center of changes, because it's like everything changes, or in a circle, right? But in the middle of the circle, right, you've got Vishnu, or Światowid, or Christos, right? The point. Sarasvati is apropos here, goddess of learning, because you've got Sagittarius here. Sagittarius is the philosopher. And we've got also the elements of here, because this is the energy. We'll talk about it. Sagittarius is the philosophy. It's the one that is learning and is teaching also. And Sarasvati is the goddess of learning. All right. So this I took her because she's also she has her place here, and also because here I was talking like about the battle, relationships, like telling the truth and all this, but it can be also about work, doing projects. Like at first you've got passion, you've got inspiration, but then you have to just work, discipline yourself, and you know, continue until you've got the results. You need to find your sources, collect them, and all that. And I'll show you here also, because there are archetypes cards I use always. You already know it. If you don't, go to the previous videos and the introduction especially. And here for Sagittarius, I picked, I didn't really check it, a teacher. So that's what it is, but it's a teacher on a higher level, like Sagittarius. It's not a primary school teacher. No, that's university, okay? Meaning that it's the one who is also learning. He's got a professor, right? He's a teacher, but he's learning. He's a student and teacher at the same time. Or somebody who is a researcher, so he's learning all the time in a process. The light attribute for teacher is ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Shadow attributes, it's manipulating or abusing students and teaching negative and destructive skills. You see, you can stop it. I hope it will turn, because this is like a mirror view. Okay, I don't know why it gets like that. Okay, Sarasvati, Ganga goddess would be apropos here. Ganga goddess. Why? Because Ganga is the goddess of Ganges river, and we've got Apas here, the waters. And this is a very much female too, female mother, goddess of heavenly ambrosia, meaning the goddess of the ambrosia, which is the drink of gods. And what is the water? Water are the rain, right? Coming in a cycle. Okay? Water is like female. Female energy is self-preserving and self-renovating, self-renewing, right? You don't need a source. You've got your water and your nature and other people, women. Women don't really need people. I mean, they need maybe other women, but even in a forest they could live and they would be fine. Men need women, yes. Okay, Varuna, that's what I told you, the goddess of all waters and oceans, but also space. In fact, before he was the god of space, the wise one. I like that god a lot. And here I picked from the goddesses by Dorian Virtue, Athena. Again, it's a goddess of wisdom, inner wisdom. And we've got here the text. You know what to do, trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So here it is. And now I want to tell you about... Okay, what is connected here? Slavic goddesses, it's still Horse and Księża, which is the couple of gods of moon. lunar gods, all right? Lunar gods, it's the same as in Mula, so I would have to repeat. That's lunar gods. That's the god of, still gods of things that are unknown, female, passive, and chaos, right? Night. And it goes the same. It's same for Mula and Purva Ashada, and it's all Sagittarius. Sagittarius is like finding things that are unknown, finding the truth, and philosophy, all right? Now, with Purva Ashada, we've got also what? Again, it's 9 because it's the same zodiac house like Mula, because it's Sagittarius, so 9. It's still end period, ending. And now this ending is like waiting. And in Uttara Ashada, you will see it will be 10th house already, so it will be a new beginning. Okay, and the element here is the element of, normally for Sagittarius would be the element of fire, but I told you with it's fire, it's mainly for Mula, but for Purva Ashada and Apas goddess, it will be more like water, but still is very tough and strong, all right? All right. The period we've got still autumn up to the middle, more or less, of December. So it's still autumn, and in Uttara Ashada will come into winter, right? The Uttara Ashada will be the end of autumn and the beginning of winter. But we'll talk about it later. So now I'm telling you bye-bye and take care and believe in yourself always. And don't extinguish. Oh, it was my child, I'm sorry. So, yeah, it happens. And yeah, just keep your internal fire alive. Bye-bye.